Spoiler warning, new One Piece chapter 1177. Come back into the story and we see the OGs are trying to get the young bulls back inside, but we see that this young bull really want to watch this shit happen. I don't know if this is due to Gabon's genetics or if this is purely latent Elbaf warrior code. We see that the dummy reversey giants are able to pierce through this nigga Dory's flesh, but even though that they're able to do that, these niggas are still cheering, so we know that this is not critical damage. Then we cut to Kashi and we see that he can't fight against his brethren in arms. It's too hard for him to gather the muster to just cut off a nigga head or even box them. He doesn't even know how to cure them yet. But that does not matter to Brogy. That nigga walked through like open door and cut that nigga down. Then we get a spread of them just walking through the Domi Reversey giants, and we see Zoro powering up for his attack. Not only did Zoro dice up this nigga's head, but he also flew through that shit just aura farming. And then we see that Yorul is just commenting on how these niggas are just kinda having too much fun with this shit. Like they were just waiting to do this type of shit to niggas. We see Chopper, he was able to barely do a basic slap against a Domi Reversey giant. And then we see that a little demon being behind his back crawls away from him before he got reversed back to his normal self. So I have a theory coming up for this next video. Even while being incapacitated and decapitated, this nigga is over here talking the most shit out of his neck. He don't even got a neck no more. But these niggas just holding this nigga down like how they had Buggy in Orange Town. As Sanji has commented on the fact that them niggas are just walking through the Holy Knights, Frankie lets them niggas know like, nigga, we're Yonko crew. The weak trio is able to box these niggas. These niggas ain't nothing. So then we see at the bottom, Loki's just throwing out more lightning attacks. And that's when they finally meet up with Luffy and Loki. And Nami lays into these niggas because she finally sees who's causing this shit and now she can talk to this nigga. She tells both of them that they're both dumb as fuck for doing this shit. And then Luffy crashes out on Loki because he got in trouble. Loki gets to bitching about how Luffy's over here bitching about some bullshit. And he hits this nigga with an attack. But obviously Luffy is just hella goofy about this shit because this nigga's been touched by lightning multiple times in the series. Yeah, he has the same reaction every time. Thinks he's gonna take damage and then realizes that shit just doesn't work. And then we see that this nigga Luffy let him know like, nigga, you would've got packed up if that shit did work. We find out what's happening between Brook and Gunko, and we see that Emu has taken over and Brook is getting his shit bodied, but Usopp stepped in to try to help him out. And we see that when Brook tried to tell Usopp to run away, Usopp is locking in and he's not moving. He said he on Elbaf turf, so he said he's gonna become an Elbaf giant, basically. As Usopp isn't backing down and he's continuously just getting into Emu, making Emu, I'm not gonna lie, I think Emu's getting rage baited right here because she just started rushing this nigga out of nowhere. Like she could have did everything else within her magic book to just subdue Usopp or shut him up, yet she rushed into this nigga to do physical damage. I don't know what the fuck Usopp did, but it was working. A lot of things I don't see niggas talking about yet within this new chapter review is that the fact that not only was this a point blank blast that Usopp faced, but he also was getting shot by her in the first like panel when we seen these niggas. He already took hella damage from him, attack that Brogy got Domi Reversey from. And as the final panels doom down on us, we see Loki and Luffy pulling up on Emu, and Emu dubs them by their actual Devil Fruit name and tells them to either kneel or die. No break next week.